Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Dak Prescott, the Cowboys. Have yourself a day. Fired up for this one. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, a quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group continues to be the bedrock, the foundation of this channel. Thank you so much for your support. If you become a member, you get even more Quarterback School content. I'm really trying to create the environment of what it's like in an NFL quarterback room. So all sorts of nuance, detail, depth about not only the quarterback position, but high-level offense and defensive football. If you are interested, hop over there, join, become a member. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get into it. Dak Prescott, the Cowboys putting the absolute beat-down stomp on the Giants. My goodness. How about this inside fade laser to get us going? One-handed catch, it looked like, too. I don't even know how he makes this throw. This is ridiculous. They do a great job using the kind of Miami fast exit motion. Look at this catch. Oh, that's a hell of a catch. My goodness. Everyone is hijacking this motion everywhere across the league. Okay, you can come at me sideways if you want and say old Shanny was the originator. It's Miami. They're putting the league on notice. So this fast motion. Here's where this, what I'm going to call inside fade, just because it ends up being the inside receiver, versus press, he throws this thing, and they essentially are side by side. I'm not sure exactly how he knows to let this thing rip, especially on a line. Normally, I mean, it's called inside fade usually for a reason, right? You're going to fade it. You're going to go up and over. You're not going to throw kind of like a laser seam that's caught at the waist. So again, it works. It's a hell of a catch from Lamb, no doubt about it. And that is a ridiculous catch. Look when he lets this thing go. I'll pause it at the top. He's throwing it right there. He's already, I mean, I just don't know what says to throw it like the ball that he throws it on that low line trajectory. It's a big play. It's a better catch than throw. It's a really good throw. Good for you if you can do that consistently. I think it would be hard to replicate that on a few different levels. You know, in addition, they overcome some pass pro issues here at left guard. Get a little confused. Stand in there, make that throw with that catch versus tight coverage. You can see the ball beats 25's head. Watch the defender turn his head. He turns his head, and it's by him. It's awesome. Big play. Next one here, another nice chunk. This time we're going to get to a flood. The new number 3, big tight end running the corner. Nice ball from Dak, right on him. Nice little chunk outside the numbers. Again, take a look at the motion. Not an accident. Now, we can talk a little bit about the footwork. Don't really have to when the guys are this wide open. To me, this is a really cool design. Again, we're going to talk about design, offensive architecture. We're using that fast out motion, dolphinish, fishy, up to the post. Now, the only thing that stinks about this motion with this is it kind of kills what I'm used to calling this post alert versus quarters. So if you catch any iteration of quarters, you usually want to peak this safety, and if this safety is flat-footed, you can let this thing go. But because this is not Tyreek Hill and he's not hitting at 8 billion miles an hour, you never really are going to get to this post in time. So that's one part of the downside of this motion for everybody except the Dolphins. So we're up and we're clearing. The next part here is this corner or sail where the ball ends up going, really nice. And then the new number 2 here is running what looks like a flat. Here's that like high school Harry Flood or scissors. And then you put the brakes on and run that looper return back underneath. So multiple runaways, multiple levels of the defense attacked with a fast motion that goes from a tight condensed bunch formation. This is it. This is modern offense. A little play action. Nice rhythm from Dak. Gets it out on time, on schedule. Now, is it my favorite footwork? No, but you probably don't care. They certainly don't care. You know, does he have to do this at the top? Probably not, but it works here. Will it work when it matters most? We're all going to find out in December, y'all. Don't have to worry about it. Next one here, 3rd and 5. Nice job from Prescott using his legs. There's nothing there. There's no panic. It's 1, maybe 1-2 run, 1 run, go get a first down. Again, I think Dak is at his best when he is using his legs like this, being decisive. They're in drop 8. Now, they're in some high school Harry, really, really, in my opinion, bad defense. And Dak Prescott makes them pay. So what am I talking about when I'm saying bad defense? I'm talking about whatever this is. So we'll say in, post, corner, quick out. All right, we got lots of good options. Not mad at all of this concept. What I do think is hilarious is that this, what I'm going to call linebacker type, is running at the snap to double the number 1. Okay, now remember, we number eligibles outside in. 1, 2, 3. So he is running through this to go double this guy. That's high school Harry. That ain't it at any level. Certainly not the NFL. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. What? I mean, it's a choice. Nice job from Prescott here. 24 is over the center, and he is running out to double the number 1 through the 3, the 2. Dak's probably laughing as he goes. First down. Next one here, 3rd and 5, interception. Okay, we're going to try to force this out into the number 3 up top. 3-by-1 open. It's one of those things where if I had to bet, I would guess that Dak never saw the nickel or the star at all. And I don't necessarily think there's a reason why he would anticipate this guy doing this and undercutting the number 3. Now, you would love to say, hey, we got to see that space. We got to have a little bit wider vision. We got to understand the coverage. I don't think there's anything in this coverage that makes you think that nickel is going to come off to this player. Okay, so first off, what is the coverage structure? Middle field open, split field safeties. And that's the first part we're looking at. We are then going to get the number 3 here, running what I'm going to call this intermediate out, a little deep stick. The middle linebacker type, okay, right here, he is going to look like he is matching or playing man on him. So he's up and right there, he's matching with him. That kind of tight match techniques looks like, especially with a half field player or split field coverage, you basically think you've got that linebacker with safety help deep. Nothing about this structure for me would say, hey, be really careful of the nickel here falling off into this. Now, if that's a coverage that they're running where they can incorporate essentially a match on the vertical of number 3 with a true traditional curl player and kind of like a Pomsy corner, well, then we got to rethink these kind of structures. But this is one of those, hey, man, they got us. I don't have an answer. I don't pretend to have an answer. When I see a match like this to a number 3, I'm thinking, oh, yeah, we got that, especially with a half-field safety. Again, there's nothing in how I understand and look at coverage that would think, yeah, if we see that to the number 3, well, then the hook defender right here is just going to be chilling, being able to undercut that like a cloud almost. So if that's what they're doing, good for them. Maybe it was a defensive mistake that fell into a really good play. Only they know. They're definitely playing match down here to the bottom as well as that corner's inside leverage. So you're getting some iteration of combo coverage. Combo coverage is no joke in the league. 3rd down, you're going to see exotic shit. This is exotic stuff. Again, and it's the way that the defender is playing that tight end, the number 3. That's matchy to me. So good for them. Combo coverage, they get a great pick. Maybe you can tell Dak got to have some awareness of what's going on in that outside area, but it's tough. I feel like I'm always pretty critical of his footwork. I think he could be better lined up to the left. You can see it because it's right down the hash. But see how his feet are right down the hash? His helmet is right down the hash. If he gets over to where he gets right there, just at the top of his drop, maybe he sees this a little bit better. I don't know, man. I'm not sure how you see this. I think this is one of those ones you just have to learn from and realize this is now part of what they're doing defensively, and we got to see a little bit wider picture before we let it rip. Next one here, another big play. Again, the fast out motion, or kind of slow out motion. He does a great job finding Lamb, playing buddy ball. He goes full mailbox, nice vision, out of structure. To me, this is just a naked, probably to a smash with an over. And Dak just sees it, points to go vertical, and puts it on him. So it's a really nice job here. So first off, again, I'm just going to point it out because all the stands out there go bananas. That is Miami's influence on the league. Now, I personally would love to see it go 1,000 miles an hour as fast as you can. I think he's supposed to be up here running a hitch. We get a corner, and then it's with an over. Okay? And to me, this is just gun naked. So we're faking, we're coming out. One of these guys secures the edge here. Now, what happens here is when he gets out here, the flat defender just kind of pushes towards him, and CD Lamb feels that and then continues to go. In fact, he puts up his hand, mailbox, and then continues to go. Now, in addition, Dak back here, he sees this as well. He points, hey, go. So you get the mailbox and the point, and it turns into a big play. So when Dak is playing like this, out of structure, and throwing accurately like this, ripping balls like this, he's at his best. This peak Dak. Playmaker, no, first off, look at the mailbox up top. Boom. There's the mailbox. Now, look at Dak. Does he point? Right there, he points. They've got the mailbox up and the point. This is the definition of buddy ball. Point, mailbox. Yeah, we're on the same page. Then we rip a strike. And again, you can see the space here, right? You can see the corner coming to it. You can see the over working as well. This is supposed to be a hitch most likely, and it just turns into buddy ball, big play. I love it, man. This is playing to space. This is a great understanding of football, of who you're playing with. That's awesome. Big play. That's awesome football. This is the Cowboys at their best on the perimeter. Dak making plays, making good decisions, letting it rip. Love it. Next one here, touchdown pass, bottom of the screen, inline tight end, 87 to the corner. This is just goal line power pass. Beautiful call from McCarthy. Easy touchdown. Again, kind of looks like the varsity playing the JV, but that's a conversation for a different day. Looks like they're a little confused on who's who in the zoo as far as the eligibles out. What this play is an NFL staple. It is run literally at every team. So we're going across in motion. Where the touchdown goes to the corner, okay? What the fullback does here, the fullback is usually the number one. So he's going to come out, and usually he bluffs whoever he thinks the end man on the line of scrimmage is, and then he's into the flat. The tailback comes right off of his rear and wants to chop the end man on the line of scrimmage with his inside shoulder in the defender's outside quad. Okay, so outside quad, inside shoulder, chop them down. And then the read here is 1 to 2. Sometimes, depending on who's on the backside, you get that backside over as well. Now, the stress it puts on a defense is who's who in the zoo. And what I mean by that is we motion over here. Now, if you're playing man, usually at the goal line down here, they won't say, hey, I got this guy, I got this guy, I got this guy. It's, hey, I've got the first one out, I've got the second one out, I've got the third one out to this side. Okay, what you can also do, which is really hard, is to go, I've got the first one out, I've got the second one out, I'm at the line of scrimmage, I've got the third one out. I'm the backer type, whoever it is. Well, that's easy on a whiteboard. What's not easy is when you then have to stop the run running right at you with a fullback who's trying to kick you out and blow you up. And then you're bluffed and you're into the flat. So that's the issue. So who's who in the zoo? They get confused, go from wing to nub, fake right at you, easy touchdown. Now, quarterback-wise here, I love that Dak does reverse out. I think it's actually easier to reverse out. You just kind of keep your momentum all the way into the twirl, and that's wide open, easy touchdown, high-level red zone goal line execution right there from the boys. Sounded like I was fucking bussing right there from the Cowboys. Reverse out, nice rhythm, nice touch, easy touchdown. Next one here, 1st and 10 from the 10. My guy McCarthy just refuses to let this thing die. We're going to go sprint right option. It's a disaster to the play side up top. The corner, bear hugs, 13. But Dak, I don't know if I want to classify this as a throwaway. I want to say that he's trying to get it to Lamb. This is a ridiculous throw. Wait till you see it from the other angle. So no to sprint right option. Is he giving him a chance? Let's say he is. Okay, look at this ball. It actually hits him in the hand. We've seen him already make a one-handed catch. It's better from this angle. Watch it from behind. So sprint right option, trying to get the flat, trying to get the corner, trying to get the little rub. It's not there. Accelerate, backside. Look at this throw. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Now, even if he catches it, I don't think he's in. That is a ridiculous throw. That being said, I have no idea why teams keep calling this. This is first down, 1st and 10 from the 10. This play is up to the flat. Now, the number 1 right here, he's trying to come in here, usually get a little rub, and then up into the corner and out. This corner up top, absolutely bear hugs. Like he is hugging him as he's going. Okay, so if you're going to do this, instead of motioning the tight end to get the edge, let's shift the tight end, get lined up, then let's go from like a stack here into like out and back and use the leverage of the motion to get the rub that you want. But the throw at the end of the day, this backside over, yeah, this is just like almost like a heat check throw. It's pretty awesome. So watch the corner up top. I mean, how is that not a hold? What? Look at this throw. Fighting armbar, almost a one-handed toe touch on the back line. Honestly, I'm a little surprised that Lamb didn't catch it the way he was playing and catching the ball. This is just a great touch throw right here. I also love Dak. Watch him accelerate away. So no, accelerate away. Buy some time. I mean, I try not to show this angle very often from the defensive end zone, but it really is worth it on this one. So no to the flat, no to the corner. Look at this throw. Oh my goodness. Wow. Very next play, we're going to get a touchdown down here to the bottom, the number 2. Cooks on the corner. Beautiful throw. Great job with seeing the matchup, the coverage. Again, this is a bit of a bastard coverage, and you're going to get bastard coverages when you have what I'm going to consider a true 1 at wide receiver. So that middle safety, the guy in the hash on the right with his heels on the end zone, he is running to double Lamb. It creates all sorts of one-on-ones on the other side. Nice job from Dak. Nice rhythm to the drop. Good accuracy. So again, watching this, trying to distinguish, okay, what is the coverage here? Once we get this, where he just blows out of there, trying to get a double right here, well, then we've got one-on-ones down here. And we catch a corner down here to the bottom versus press man. As long as you win at the line of scrimmage versus tight press coverage, you got a great opportunity for a touchdown. Now, again, I personally would love to be a little bit better lined up to the left. I think he does a really nice job, however, staying in rhythm and a better base as far as nothing clicky. Boom. Again, he's not having that, sometimes you'll see him step underneath himself. It's kind of like a tweener drop, if I'm being honest. It's like a hybrid shuffle, like 1, 2, the dunk. That base, live in that world. He eventually gets lined up. See him get lined up post-hitch. So not lined up, lined up. Ball comes out on time, in rhythm, right club. Nice play. Cooks had himself a day. From behind, again, you can catch the rhythm of this thing from Prescott. So to be able to identify the coverage, see the rotation, boom, quickly up and out, nice trajectory. Let's go. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. I sincerely appreciate you subscribing to the channel. It means a lot to me, so thank you for doing that. Again, the Quarterback School Patreon community. You know about it. Join, become a member, get even more Quarterback School content. We also have Quarterback School courses. Now, these courses are the premium content available through the channel. These are deep, deep dives on my favorite football topics. We have courses on RPOs, tempos, pass protection. The best-selling course is How to Beat Every Coverage. We even have an entire offensive system available for you, so hop over there and enroll. We We also have a bunch of free resources available. Check out all of those linked in the video description. Finally, make sure to follow me across social media platforms. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get back to it. Next one here, another what I'm going to classify as an inside fade up top, but Dak rips it like a seam. So the ball is a little unique. I think the coverage is also unique because the safety is cheating towards Lamb again. So you're getting these kind of bastard shells. And so Dak does a great job identifying it. He rips this thing on a rope. Again, to me, it's just a semi-unconventional throw, which kind of makes it more impressive. So normally, if you're going to catch middle field closed here, and you've got inside fade versus inside leverage, this is a premium look. I would just say normally this is up, and you're throwing it like a fade, like a go ball, like you're trying to fade it. Literally, it's called inside fade for a reason. Rarely do you come up and do what I would say is run it almost like a rip seam. So you're tightening this thing, and then the ball is kind of thrown on a line drive. It just, the margin for error is much thinner when you rip it like this, as opposed to that more conventional fade throw where you're kind of dropping it from the rafters. So again, just a unique choice. I think it's the right, certainly, obviously, the right decision on where to go with the ball. Just the choice of club is interesting to me. And again, you're seeing bastard looks down here, right? Look at this safety down here to the bottom. One-on-ones up top. Make them pay. It's a hell of a throw. It really is a hell of a throw. Just because it doesn't make sense to me doesn't mean that it's the wrong throw. I just think it's worth recognizing and describing how unique of a throw that is. It's a great throw. Next one here, coming out of the 2 minute right before half. We're going to rip a hinge down here to the bottom. We catch that. A. I personally think the A is a little bit rare with Dak. I also acknowledge the fact that I don't watch every single Cowboys clip, but this is really nice, really clean. I still think he could be better lined up to the top, but the anticipation is outstanding. Watch him let this thing go. Right there, it's already tapped. You can see the wide receiver at the bottom. He's running what I'm calling that hinge route, where you run this thing like a go and then open inside and hinge away. So I'll do it just because I do it for everybody here. Really nice A. I don't think it's, extraordinary because you're just throwing it outside the numbers, but still, it's very, very nice. Okay, don't get it twisted. Very nice. Again, I really like the base of this as far as there's no toes coming together. There's no heels coming together. He keeps it tight. The only thing I wish that he would polish just a tick is to be lined up at the left at the top of his drop, as opposed to, again, and it's easy to see when it's on the hash, lined up down here, then you have to kind of jump quarter turn to get lined up to throw to your left. And it's not that it never works. It's just that it's harder to be consistent when you have unnecessary moving parts. Right here, it is perfect. This is a great throw, great anticipation. Look at the drop. See how the drop is smooth? It's even. 1, 2, 3. He's not stepping underneath himself. Look at that base. Stay right there. Again, but he's not lined up, right? Like he's lined up down the hash. He gets there eventually, and he rips it with anticipation. It's very, very nice. He is locked in right now. But again, just see it at the top right there. And then watch, see how where his eye of his ankle, that back ankle is lined up. Watch what he has to do to eventually get there. Boom. Just that little polish, that little difference, in my opinion, would help Dak when it matters most after he's been hit a few times, to have that as the fundamental to be able to do this consistently. Next one here. This is a ridiculous throw. And I'll describe it after we watch it, but he's essentially getting his foot grabbed off one leg, throwing it outside the numbers, caught for a big chunk. I don't care enough to go back and watch the press conference to see if somebody asked him about it. I'm sure someone asked him about it. I don't know if you could be honest here and say that you weren't throwing this away. That sure looks like a throwaway. I know it works out. I know it looks beautiful, but when we pause this thing, we can appreciate it's a ridiculous throw. It would be a good throwaway. So he's got his foot grabbed right there. He's throwing it up top to CeeDee Lamb. I'm not sure what about that right there says that CeeDee Lamb is going to come back 10 yards to catch the ball. In fact, I would say that there is nothing. He either severely underthrows this or he's trying to throw it away and gets lucky. I don't know. Is he trying to throw it to the top of the helmet? It's just one of those ones where, I can acknowledge the fact that it's a really cool play. I personally think stuff like this is really hard to replicate and or not the greatest thing in the world to have consistently on your film, but it works right here. And it's really cool and good for you. And I'm sure they planned it and that's how they drew it up. And stuff like this can go sideways real quick. And when you're not playing, the JV, it might not be this easy. Either way, big chunk. Next one here, 3rd and 9. Really nice job from Dak again, using his legs. It's not there for him. Make a good decision. He sees that thing part, get vertical, go score a touchdown. So again, to me, this is Dak at his best. Decisive in the pocket, not holding on to the ball, not putting the ball in harm's way, not forcing it, using his legs to go create, get vertical. Love it. I also have to say here, I really love the design of this. So what is the intent of the play? So in my opinion, we're trying to get the ball to Lamb here on a little triple move. So he's going to go up, fake like he's coming in, and then spike this thing. So a little old school chair. It is paired with what I'm going to call a 7 or corner stop. So up, he's going first, into the corner, get your feet in the end zone, and turn around. The number 1 down here is at the bottom, running a little return. So quick out, back in. So you've got all these kind of multiple runaways. I think if Dak didn't go run here and he just played this thing out, he probably goes 1 to 2. This is a touchdown. Okay, and we're going to have this as like that check down right in front of it, run right in front of it. So it's again, this is to me is high level offense. We got multiple runaways, we got double moves, we got picks and rubs. Watch this thing play out. Boom. There's Lamb doing the double move. Not there, right? He's capped by a safety. How about that corner stop by Cooks? Out, fight, boom, there it is. Nice separation at the top. Get off me. And then we've got a little whip down here. In fact, I drew it incorrectly. It was the reverse. So in and out. I like mine better. Regardless, Dak, touchdown. Nice job using his legs. Again, it's fun for me when you look at the entire offense to see winners in the end zone and see the quarterback go create, make plays, be decisive. Next one here, 3rd and 5. New York went into a time warp and just went old school cover 2. Lamb right at the middle, mailbox, beautiful touch. Again, who knows what this play is supposed to be? It looks like Lamb and Prescott again on the same page. You don't see a lot of just old school cover 2 on 3rd down in the NFL, but this is a great job making it work, finding him right on the star. So here at the snap, we're going to be an empty 3-by-2. We're going to catch old school, just cover 2. So we're going to come out here and we're going to get split safety. Normally, I would say that someone, if you're not going to match, you're usually going to run some iteration of Tampa and get some help to the middle of the field. But right here, they're underneath coverage. Their second layer here, these kind of like 5 underneath. No one's matching. No one's getting any sort of depth. So it creates this big void out here. So you essentially have a 2-on-1 on this safety. So you're going to be out here with this half field player, and you're going to get the seam or the special right here. Then you're going to get that best release go down here. So you're trying to put a 2-on-1, read that thing inside out on the safety, and it's just way too much space. I mean, again, another CD Lamb mailbox. Right? I mean, look at it. He's already thrown it to him. He puts up the mailbox Randy Moss style without even looking back, but Dak is already throwing it. That's when you know you're on the same page. Mailbox up, ball already in air, big chunk, 3rd and 5. Way too easy. Just not good enough defense, not good enough structure, not good enough coverage. Way too easy for those two. Next one here, big touchdown up top. Again, the coverage is shaded to Lamb. So you create 1-on-1s on the other side. Beautiful job right here by Prescott, giving his guy a chance, not throwing that thing out of bounds. You can see it from the back. It carves him back a little bit, but it's still a good enough throw. This is a very good throw. You don't want to throw this thing out of bounds. Look at the space that the wide receiver is giving you here. So normally you want to run this thing, again, I say it a lot, down what is called the red line in the NFL. So you want to give your space. You want to win and be, as you're running, to give this kind of window to your quarterback, this much space. You don't want to give this much space. Okay, that's not a lot of space to throw the ball. So Dak here, it's not a perfect throw, like right down his line, but it's certainly a good enough throw for him to be able to adjust because he's faster than him and come back and carve that thing off. But what you can't do is throw a never in history ball out here. So again, good enough, nice space, great job reading the coverage. Again, the Giants just learned about this new double team coverage I guess they're using every single snap. But we got to get some help everywhere. So watch that middle field player. See him shade to Lamb down here to the bottom. That creates a one-on-one up top. Give your guy a shot. You like the matchup. Really nice job. Just feeling it. Just a big day all the way around. Love the aggressive play calling. I love Dak taking a shot down the field, especially versus this kind of coverage where they're trying to shade and get help to the number one. Come back, take a shot down the field, big play. Next one here. This was probably, in my opinion, the most impressive throw from Dak Prescott all day. He throws a big, I'll call it corner, just takes an absolute shot here. So watch post-play action. He's going to step up because this route takes forever. Step up, rip this thing, and then take a shot. I mean, look at that hit he takes. That is right in the chest. That is a perfect ball. Look at that throw. Oh my goodness. This has got a little bit of what, I call, like, just for a lack of a better term, a little waspy, just because this was kind of the route I think of like Tyreek back in the Super Bowl. We come in, sell that thing, and then come way back over. It's like a deeper sail. And then right here, they pair it with a deep dagger. So as soon as this corner, if you got the capacity to see this corner come up and drive on this in, you're going to have all this space to lay this thing out. Well, that's easy for me to say all this space because you're doing play action. And then we're going to set up and take a shot. So we got to buy some time, play fake, come around, buy some time, step in and rip this thing as we get shot right to our ribs. So just a beautiful route. First, let's watch the route from the slot. See Cooks go. See him sell that thing. See that little nod. Boom, right there. And then watch the corner, 44. He's going to follow Lamb on the in. You can see Prescott's already throwing it right there. And then takes a big shot. That is an impressive throw. That is, I can't recall a throw better than that. In fact, I would say from what I've watched Dak on the All-22. Over, big boy throw. A lot of courage to stand in there and throw that ball and take that shot to the ribs and drop that dime. Big time. Next one here, turnover-worthy play up top to what I'm going to call the nickel, 21. This is kind of like a old school play action lead draw where you're trying to rip that dagger, and 21 really should catch this ball. Now, 21 does a great job of getting depth, more so than damn near anybody you'll ever see play that position. So you're almost shocked that he's there. But again, there are these throws with Dak where you're kind of like, trying to make excuses a little bit where you're like, man, that's an unconventional drop, I think. And again, we threw a pick earlier on what I would consider an unconventional play from a similar type position. But normally, versus this structure, okay, split field safeties, whether you want to call this quarters, you want to call this palms, you want to call this whatever you want, split field safety, and we're going to run what I'm going to call some iteration of dagger. So post with an in. The read here, if you're going to read this nickel or star right here, is if he gets depth, there needs to be some sort of check down right in front of us. And there almost always is, whether it's the backs or whatever. You just high-low that thing. If you're not willing to rip this thing, and this thing does not get ripped very often. Okay, we're trying to get that deep in. They get depth, just check it down. But this is, borderline extraordinary depth. That to me is an easy, let's get it to the check down. So again, is he looking off? Is he looking somewhere else? Watch that nickel 21 up top. See him get so much depth. Look at the depth compared to the linebackers. I mean, he is almost 10 yards deeper than the linebacker types. So he might be going like Junior Seau rogue here, just making plays, and good for him if he is. It's just one of those things where, versus this coverage structure, once you see that depth from the nickel, the ball needs to go to the back. Just throw it to the check down. Don't force it. You're going to see some bizarre bastard coverages. Already seen a bunch in this game. Don't get trick effed into a bad pick. They got you once, don't do it again. So just continuing to clean those types of things up. This to me is just one of those throws where watching 21 on the right, he gets so much depth out of there. I mean, he is in a full pedal almost. You can see those other linebackers, they're actually come up on the fake. Just a bizarre decision, and fortunate that that's not an interception. Next one here, 3rd and 10. Love this design, short, fast motion. We're going to hit Cooks on the short post. Beautiful ball, right on him. Big chunk, easy. Again, wonderful design. Okay, the use of motion and bunches and stacks to create leverage and runaways. Y'all, I didn't invent this stuff. This is just high-level, modern offense. Drop back passing game. Okay, so watch the first element of this is, again, the fast motion. So we're coming downhill fast. We're then going to turn that into a shallow. Okay, Cooks, the number 2 here, is going to run what I'm going to call a short post. It's essentially a slant. We have the leverage on that slant right here. We cause chaos with the motion. So fast motion, shallow. Then we have the leverage we want on the short post to come up and attack this space. And that's it. That's the whole play. It's a thing of beauty. It's a combination of motion, and then it gets to a bunch, which is a iteration of stack formation. And Dak is decisive, playing on time. Look at the base. Boom, he's lined up to his right. He can line up to his right. This thing comes out on time. Boom, look at the back foot. That is world class. Perfect. Let's replicate this kind of footwork. Boom. Back foot hits, rip, right on him, handoff, big chunk. Awesome. The connection of great design, play calling, leverage, motion, timing, fundamentals from the quarterback leads to a handoff of a throw and a big chunk. Last one here. Beautiful route up top to the number 2, Lamb on the corner. Hits him with the hezzy corner. Haven't seen the hezzy corner work since some summer 7-on-7 days. That is just Lamb out there having an absolute blast destroying 21. So what is this play? We're trying to get the tight end up the middle. It's not there. Lamb does a ridiculous job. Just watch the route up top by the number 2. Watch the hesitation right there. That's an amazing route. So what is this coverage? To me, I'm used to calling this stump. It's basically an iteration of brackets. So right here, we're going to go one-on-one. The rest of this is going to be these 3 for these 2. And then it's the same coverage down here, so I'm not going to draw it up to the bottom. What we do here is we're coming up. We're trying to get like a little dud. We're going to stutter and try to take the middle. And we probably get a penalty right here for grabbing. This route, though, is ridiculous. So he comes up. He doesn't have the leverage he wants. So he kind of like hesitates and then comes up and runs a corner again. So you get that hesitation and you think, oh, I'm going to get double posted. Getting double posted is a stump beater. So he hezzies him and then that wins the leverage. It's a ridiculous route. This is, in my opinion, is how you become a number 1 receiver. He might not be the fastest guy, but these kind of wiggles, this kind of craft, this is world-class route running up top by the number 2, by Lamb. And then Dak does a nice job finding it. So it is really good quarterback play. It's also outstanding route running. Nice vision, put it right on him, touchdown, big day. So that is a wrap. Dak Prescott, the Cowboys put an absolute smackdown on the G-Men. My goodness, that was quite a matchup. For Dak Prescott, probably as well as I've ever seen him play, all 22-wise. Thought he looked smooth, consistent. He's still never quite as polished at the top of those drops as I personally would like. Doesn't matter. Played a great game, got the ball out on time, was precise, surgical. Thought he played some great buddy ball with CeeDee Lamb as far as being able to be on the same page, see the mailboxes, attack space, play out of rhythm as well. Showed some great touch, some playmaking ability, and used his legs. Overall, awesome film. Excited to see more when it matters most for the Cowboys. We'll see what it looks like come January in the playoffs. But right now, this game, awesome performance. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.